My PAN project centers around the do's and don'ts for teachers with students with hearing impairment. So often we only can do what we know. And when we know better, we do better. So this project is to shed light on the issues that hearing impaired students may face in the classroom. Often these students can pass screenings. They can blend in with other students very easily. And if they do not wear hearing aids, it is very hard to detect that they have a loss. So often teachers are not sure of how to help them be successful in the classroom, even when they find out they have a loss. So that was the problem of practice that I ran into, and that I have run into very often. It's just teachers just are not sure how to help these kids. So, for instance, you would not want to seat that student near something noisy, like an air conditioning unit or an air purifier. Most of the schools that we have now in Kentucky have added air purifiers to help with COVID. So this is something to keep in mind, that can definitely impact their ability to hear you. Background noise is already an issue for them, so this would make that much worse. Also, you don't want to cover your lips when you talk. If you have a mask, which we are mandated to wear those now in schools, you are keeping that child from seeing what we call visual facial cues. So if you have a clear mask, that is ideal. Or if you can just pull that mask down when you speak to that child 6 feet apart, with the child's permission, of course. This will definitely help that child understand what you're saying. They definitely have to have access to those visual facial cues. And another tip would be that you don't want to turn your back on your classroom. This is true in general, but especially if you have a child with a hearing impairment, because if you are writing notes, say writing on a whiteboard, for instance, and you are lecturing at the same time, that child can't hear what you are saying because your back is turned. So a good remedy for this is to give that child a pre-printed note, such as just a note of your lecture ahead of time, or you could just make sure you face the class when you are speaking. So these are just a few of the tips that I'd like to share with regular ed teachers and special ed teachers who may have a student with a hearing loss this year or in the future. And I'm hoping that this will shed a little light on those issues and just help us all just kind of help these kids have an easier situation at school and help them be more successful. So hopefully it will make life a little easier for them and us.